Alright, all that said, we are ready to start off with this special Omniscience Draft. Did a little bit of reading up on the event as a whole. I see the card draw should be a big priority. X mana value should probably be avoided because you don't actually get mana to spend other than a really limited amount to help with triggering abilities kind of a thing, like a pay 1 mana, a tap to do something. You get some of that available to you. And so after, of course, powerful creatures are kind of a must, as is removal and counter spells. Haste can be a difference maker. So I've got some goals in mind as I enter this Omniscience Draft, and we'll try to prioritize card draw, direct damage burn, followed by counter spells and big creatures. So that's where we're at. I can be a little lengthy in my drafts, particularly since I'm still learning it. I've got thought process, different things to balance. So I will not be offended if anyone says, all right, well, this is a good spot to stop and I'll catch up with this guy and his thing on his weekly update or some other, or the next video as to where he's at. So this video, I am going to continue with the actual drafting of the deck. I will potentially also do a build, although I'm not sure how that works with the Omniscience Draft, other than I know that you still do 40 card minimum, and you're not going to be putting lands in, probably. I don't know, maybe you can't put lands in, I'm not certain. So, but I don't see any reason I would put lands in. I have no plans to. But who knows, maybe for whatever crazy mechanic that I'm able to get just this super awesome chain of mechanics that combo really well that somehow require me to have a land. But maybe, I don't know. Alright, that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and get this on. Our next video will pick up with either building the deck or our first match, one or the other. Alright, we have the coin we were saving up for limited, and we get this Core Set 2020 cool event to go after, so let's do this. I'm not liking this view for draft. Alright, Steel Overseer. Put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature you control. I'm cool with that. I don't know how awesome it is for this particular draft model. I really like the card, as I have put some consideration into an artifact deck with the blue Artificer, who you tap to get 2 colorless for artifacts. And you can go and find a Heartseeker Bow, which usually is somewhat useful in limited, but I brainstormed on that not too long ago, and in the back of my mind, I like the idea. I think it has some potential for fun. Maybe not a meta, but for a good fun deck. But this is definitely not a bomb. It's not card draw, which is first thing we want to prioritize, and it's not a big creature, and I don't know how much artifacts I'm going to be able to get. Pacifism is basically removal. A 5/5 Death Touch is also removal, and it's a big card, rather a big creature. Season of Growth is scry spells that creature draw a card. A Season of Growth might be a good one in this format. Not certain though. I'm just not. Yeah, I think there's probably a better. I'm leaning towards Feral Abomination, liking Pacifism, but I think the Feral Abomination's a bit better. 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Well, that could be really amazing in this format, right? Because you can just cast them again. expired. Just making sure that I'm not missing card draw. And again, Season of Growth could be that card draw for me, right? So, yeah, I'm going to take Season of Growth. I'm just going to see how well following, prioritizing card draw works for me in this format. I think that it should work really well. So, you know, I'm going against my own personal grain of wanting to grab that Death Touch creature that's a 5/5 and going for something, going for the mechanics that keeps cards in my hands and dealing with stuff, right? Hardcover. Hardcover is carded draw, right? Draw a card, then discard a card. Not really card draw. In this format, being able to discard a card might not be so useful unless I can bring them back, you know, like the Sanitarium Skeleton or the black card that I just passed up and I don't remember the name of already. Top 4 cards, reveal a creature from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom, except it costs 6. There's no way to use this if I remember right. I think you get 5, 1 of each color, and maybe you get a 6th. This could be really great if I knew the answer to that question, right? Do I get 6 in a turn or don't I? I don't think that I get that one. Gain a life. Murder is where my eyes are at right now. Draw a card if an opponent is casting a blue or black spell. Is that... it's an instant. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. Your permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black until end of turn. We're going to take the Veil of Summer. And we don't need to worry about color, because everything is free to cast. It just happens that my first 2 picks are green. Defender. We got a haste. I don't want to overlook haste as an option for me. Don't see any, the biggest creature here is a 4/4. When I gain a life, each opponent loses a life. It's good. Question is it better than a haste? And potential unblockable. Enters the battlefield, 2 zombie creature token for each card named Undead Servant in my graveyard. I think they'll get into the graveyard pretty quick. That could be something that has really high value if I can get a bunch of it right in this format. I'm going to go with the Epicure. The bigger creature that I have access to. Cloudkin Seer has my eye as it's to draw. It's a small creature, just making sure that I'm not going to be passing up something super amazing for it. I don't see that I would be. Potentially, I mean, Mind Rot's not going to really be a thing past turn 1. Right? Turn 1 Mind Rot could be cool. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then return another creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Could be super awesome. Which one is going to be better, though? Blood to Bones or Cloudkin Seer? I think Cloudkin Seer has just a little bit more value in this format. Although I think I'm lacking Blood to Bones, and I do need to consider what could I use for Constructed. I'm not lacking in Cloudkin Seers. but they turn into some kind of fragment for me. Right? I have more of them. Cutthroat, Gruesome Scourger, enters the battlefield that deals damage to target opponent or planeswalker equal to the number of creatures you control. Well, that could be pretty awesome in this format, right? Gift of Paradise is worthless. Sage is Road Denizen, another blue creature. Can start to mill. Frost Lynx has some stuff. Area Assault for removal. That might be, Blade Brand. Oh, Blade Brand has draw. Why am I not grabbing every freaking Blade Brand I see? I feel dumb now. I know I passed one earlier. And I was like, oh, I know I like Blade Brand, but there's, and I just missed it. Alright, so we've got the Feral Abomination again, Prismite, which I kind of like. Well, we don't need it, the mana at all. Bone Splinters, additional cost to cast Sacrifice, destroy target creature. I think that has pretty good use. Right. Let's see. So it's either the Feral Abomination or the Bone Splinters. I think I'm gonna grab the Feral Abomination before I regret not having them, because I've been passing them for other things all along. I've done that before. Pattern Matcher is almost certainly going to be my pick here, because it's kind of like draw. Fairy Miscreant. I could probably get a few Fairy Miscreants. But Pattern Matcher is an uncommon. I have a chance to grab one now, and I can kind of draft towards it at this point. Getting it this early. So, yeah, we're going to grab the Pattern Matcher. Woodland Champion. Warp tokens enters the battlefield in your control. It's +1/+1. I like it. There's a Miscreant, which I like more at this point, because it's card draw, and I could potentially make it into Pattern Matcher as well. I'm going to need more removal. Right? I don't have a lot of removal. Defender, Death Touch, Soul Salvage. 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. I'm liking Soul Salvage as an option, but I think I'm still going to grab the Abomination. Yeah, grab the Abomination. Alright, Blade Brand, it looks like it's my pick. Yep. Undead Servant, I think, is now my pick here. So I'd like to get a bunch of those. Destroy target creature with flying. I think maybe that's a good pick. Right? There's gonna be flyers. There's no way there's not. People aren't gonna have like some kind of at least decent flyer in this format. Target artifact or enchantment. Artifact or enchantment. Growth Cycle's not even bad, actually. So, wow, definitely take that. I saw a rare, and I just want to look down here first, actually. Lifelink. Sleep Paralysis, I like. Lifelink. Too Bad Lich, whenever enters battlefield or deals combat damage to a player, draw a card and discard a card. I don't know that I need that, right? We don't need to cycle. So Too Bad Lich is amazing in most limited, but I feel like it's got diminishing returns here because card cycling isn't really something, I'm probably going to not have a card in my hand most of the time, right? which is why draw is so important in this. Sacrifice Salvager of Ruin. Choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand. That could be pretty useful, but I don't think it's my top pick here. What is this rare? It is a Cleric, creature 2/2. Enchantment spells you cast. That doesn't matter. That's no benefit. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Starfield Mystic. That could be useful, particularly like in combination with maybe sleep paralysis. But I think sleep paralysis is more useful than he is. So I think actually sleep paralysis is my pick here. Let's go for that. Again, kind of starting backwards here. We've got, well, this is potential creature kill. I like them in general, the Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. But we have Winged Words. Griffin Protector, Scuttlemutt. Oh, Meteor Golem. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice because of the art. I think this is, you know, our obvious pick here. As much as Winged Words is great. This is a 3/3 with removal, and it's, you know, non-land permanent. So pretty much anything that the opponent has on the field, I can get rid of with this card. Ironroot Warlord's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Oh my god, that could be amazing in this format as well. And I think you could even pump. Right? I think you could probably do that once a turn. Create a 1/1 White Soldier creature token. Oh, that's so hard a decision for me. There's 3 pretty awesome cards, but I'm going to take the Golem. Alright, Sleep Paralysis, Unsummon, destroy target land. That's not going to be of any use. Other than for the secondary, creatures without flying can't block this turn, which still might be really awesome actually in this format. Ferocious Pup. When Ferocious Pup enters the battlefield, so I think I have something that works off of tokens. Maybe I didn't grab that guy. Like a green guy is like a veteran similar. I guess I didn't grab him because I don't see him here. Alright, so not going to try and go for tokens and going wide based off any of that. I feel like I'm missing out on creatures right now, but I'm going to grab the Sleep Paralysis. Another Meteor Golem. Shock. Lots of +2/+2 enchantment's pretty cool. I mean, Meteor Golem's our pick. But I was curious what else was there. This doesn't look too great. So 3/2 flyer for the attacks. A flash spell. 3/5 reach, I think, is our pick. Right. There's a 3/3 about. Oh, well, it's until end of turn for the Inspiring Captain. So cool. But not on turn 1, not without haste. So we're gonna grab the reach. Okay, Dragon Mage, enter, whenever Dragon Mage deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Holy crap! Yeah, there's a drawback there, right? As in my opponent now could get a full field very easily. So I'm not favoring that. Fairy Miscreant is where I'm looking right now for my favor. Look at the Ringleader though. He's got haste, enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all goblin cards revealed. Well, I can't, I could, but I feel like it's a little late to go after goblins right now. Pack Mastiff. Each creature you control, name Pack Mastiff, so you can get one of those each turn. Like you can pump it once for several of it. Growth Cycle looks good, and so does Man the Spider, but we're going to grab the Fairy Miscreant as we want as many copies of that as possible. Alright, Veil of Summer, I think, is our pick here. I'm also looking at Sage Road Denizen and Greenwood Sentinel, but yeah, we're going to grab another Veil of Summer. Look, there's the Veil of Summer. Convolute, that could be really good, right? That's 4. Well, I mean, they're going to have 4, right? They're going to have 5 every turn if I remember the format correctly. So that's actually really bad because they're not going to be spending their mana on anything else. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. That could be really good. You know, because it could be any creature. This will never be able to be, use its unblockable ability because you don't have 2 blue. Again, this is assuming that I remember correctly what the rules are for this. So I like the Goblin Smuggler. I like the Manifold Key. I also like the Frilled Sea Serpent, even though I can't use its ability. It's a 4/6, which shouldn't be overlooked. I'm going to grab the Combat Trick, though, for being able to make something unblockable. I feel like that could be really valuable. Okay, so do I want Lifelink? Flying First Strike or a 1/6? What am I most likely to grab more of in the future? This guy. Alright, I won't like that. Oh, I guess I can get a bunch of these, huh? Yes. Oh my god, a 6/5 Menace. Well, I guess Menace isn't really that big, but it's a 6/5. I think I've passed that in the past here. Again, this is just me not knowing. I know certain cards, like, okay, this card, I know it, and it's good. And I'm missing other cards that I don't know of. Which is why I'm trying to take my time, particularly earlier on in our picks, going backwards. Anyway, Heart Piercer Bow just doesn't feel like it's going to be that useful here. None of these actually feel like they're going to be very useful. Maybe Tectonic Rift is actually going to be the most useful thing here as a combat trick. That could be the game ender, right? If my opponent doesn't have creatures with flying. Gains First Strike until end of turn. Can do that. I'm going to grab the Rift. Rage or Bow? Rage. No lands picked. I'm liking the Geist. I don't like the Geist as much as I like the Cloudkin Seer. Simply because draw, I feel like, really is going to be king here. Not just something. Not just kind of can be king. I think that it really will make a big difference here. I do really like the Dungeon Geist, and I can even use another copy, I think. Fry could also be really useful. Target creature or planeswalker. Oh, that's white or blue. Well, I mean, still could be very useful because people are going to have something of every color. I'm taking the Cloud Conceer. Negate, non-creature spell. I don't like that so much as something that could counter a creature spell. Rapacious Dragon is definitely not that useful. Planar Cleansing. It looks like it's a board wipe, and that can be really useful here. And I kind of want one. I don't think I have one, or if I do, I don't have enough of it for decks that would work really well with planar cleansing. So I'm going to take the planar cleansing. I'm going to take that one. I think that it could be useful here, in addition to the fact that I want it. Another Cloud Conceer is looking like our option here. Murder could be an option, and so could the Ripscale Predator. We're going to take the Cloud Conceer again. I think we're doing good on draw at this point. Other elementals. I think I might grab the Abomination again, or the Sleep Paralysis. Let's see. We're going to grab the Abomination. Unholy Indenture. Enchanted creature dies. Bring it back with... I can put that on an opponent's creature too, right? Creature dies. Return the card to the battlefield under your control. That's some nifty stuff, right? Don't see any draw. I like the Mammoth Spider, but I also think that combat trick could be good. So yeah, I don't really see anything else that strikes my fancy. Oh, I guess an Aerial Assault, right? Destroy target. Have a little bit of life gain. I'm going to grab the Aerial Assault, and maybe I can combo that later on. I'm looking at Blade Brand right now. A target creature or planeswalker that's black or red. I like the Devout Decree as well. Scry one, not draw one. Blade Brand it is. Audacious Thief. I don't see anything else here that can compete with Audacious Thief. Renowned Weaponsmith. He's talking about that guy, so I couldn't remember what he's called for my Brainstorm on Artifact deck. Less useful in this particular format. Limited in general, he can be very useful. It's not hard to get 2 artifacts that you can go find. You can still do that. We're at the end of pack 3 though, so we really can't still do that. Active Treason is looking good to me right now. Yep, grab Active Treason. Alright, so we got a Death Touch, we got a Reach, we got a Spitfire Spitter who's probably not going to do anything. Cutthroat, or Epicure. How many Epicures do we have? We have 1. Let's grab another Epicure. Good to have at least 2 for our potential pattern matcher, right? Inspiring Captain, could have a second one of him. Anticipate. It's not really the same thing as card draw, right? It's deck thinning, which I don't think is as necessary in this format. Nothing I have copies of already for my pattern matcher, so I'm going to So that's creatures until end of turn. Alright, we'll grab combat trick on that one. Creatures you control and trample. I mean, I've probably missed some of these earlier. Well, it's an uncommon, maybe not. That's a game winner. Is that not the game winner? You trample, +2/+2. Hey, that unholy adventure that I was considering earlier came back to me. Summer, I think I've got too many of those. Alright, on to deck construction. Let's see, I think I am going to cut the video here. We will pick up our next video with our deck construction. And, you know, I don't know, maybe I just need to cut a few things, right? So it won't take very long, but I will still wait until next video to do that. So you have a good idea of what it's going to be, right? I can only cut up to 5 cards here, so mostly what you see is what you get. So we will pick up next time with the construction and our first match, and we'll see how it goes from there. But we'll probably do several matches in our next video. So I want to thank you for watching. I am Gamer J. I hope you have a wonderful night.